You always had dogs, right? Did
Yep.
you have dogs growing up?
We had one dog as we were kids, little kids,
Yeah.
back on Annan Way and so forth. He was a terrier, a little toy fox terrier, I guess he was. At least that's what the folks called him. But no, all of us kids had pets or dogs after that, after we grew up and had our own and so forth. Living in an apartment just after marriage, didn't have any, but soon after we got our own house, we had dogs. There was everything from Bert, one of the first ones we had. He's got us as a puppy, little white thing, and we named him Bert because, or her, it turns out, was a female.
How'd you mistake that?
Well, we didn't mistake it, but she looked just like the Bert and Ernie on Sesame Street, and the kids would watch that, so that was Bert. And then there was Bergie, Burgermeister. He was a collie cross that who knows what all. And then I ended up getting a Labrador Retriever that didn't have a home. He was a wonderful hunting dog, a retriever. And Jill was the only one that could handle him. He was so rambunctious and so forth, but she made him toe the line.
That wasn't Zeus, was it?
No, no. Zeus was her dog after she had married Robert. Uncle Kurt had a Zeus as well, so. But anyhow, yeah, we had a number of them, but there wasn't any of them that really stood out as being so wild and unique and so on. But
Yeah, favorite?
no, not really. Naturally, my hunting dog was retrieved when I was duck hunting all the time. He was probably went with me. I was able, being a survey party and so forth, out in the field all the time, I was able to take him to work quite often. So
What was his name?
that was Mickey. Yeah, that was Mickey, and but he loved to roam around and so forth. And unfortunately, he was out one evening apparently and wandering, checking out the different streets, and got hit by a car. But no, it never really had a big difference.
Well, as I recall, you were awful close with Rooney.
Yeah, Rooney.
Rooney was a pretty special dog.
Well, Rooney was our first Mexican rescue, and we had been a while without a dog, and Rooney was just a nice little sweetheart, but I feel the same about Rita. Didn't have Rita quite as long, and you knew Rita naturally, and then with Dingle Storts here, Sid. So they're all special in their own way. They got their own unique personality.
So, you've told me some things that Linda was doing. What did she do after the kids were gone? As career-wise or work-wise?
Well, we were still in Lancaster. She was working. She started working with. She was taking college classes, and one of the instructors was one of the editors down at the newspaper, and she went ahead and he mentioned about needing some help down there, and she went to work for the Valley Press. And shortly thereafter, we had moved back down to Oceanside, and she went down to the neighborhood office of the San Diego Union, and she started working there on classified ads and so forth. But she'd always had something going with artists and artwork. Basically, in Oceanside, when we moved there, she got involved with the recapping and repurposing a lot of old furniture, antiques, and she got involved with a what do you call it?
Kind of a cooperative?
Yeah, it's a cooperative where they have their flea market or
Different stalls with
Yeah.
different
exactly.
vintage stuff for sale.
Exactly.
or-
Everybody had their own stall, and everybody specialized in something that they did. And she'd find a piece of furniture, and I'd kind of fix it up or paint it. Or one of the things we got into and did a number of them is that she'd find old bedsteads frames, and where there would be a footboard and a headboard, and would cut them down and make them into a bench. And she could tile the bench, and you could use it as a piece on your patio, or with tile on it, or so forth. Or
Oh, that sounds really nice. I don't remember seeing any pictures of those or anything. We'll have to look for some.
yeah, I've got. I have to check with. Well, the other piece that she did and so forth that you did have, and that was that little green low cabinet had the tile top that we had there in Ryan's Beach.
Oh, that bar cart.
Well, the bar cart was outside, but this is the one inside where the next to the sliding glass doors on the outside, the other side. Remember there, over there.
That low kind of credenza thing?
Right.
Ah,
And
yeah.
that one got painted and retiled and so forth.
yeah.
But she did some painting and didn't get into that too much, but the reselling and the swap meet materials, for a while there when Oceanside she was going out, actually we ended up specifically getting her a little pickup truck. So she'd go garage sailing. She had her route and everything else, the places she'd go, and she knew what alleys to drive by, and she'd find stuff along there and then fix it up or paint it or that type of thing.
So
We
that pretty much carried forward when you moved up to Ryan's. And
Yeah.
That's when I knew you guys would go yard sailing every weekend,
Right.
almost.
Right. Well, as
Yeah.
much as anything, it just kept you busy. That's
Yeah.
something to do and look
That you
forward
enjoyed,
to.
and
Sure. And
finding treasures and
always, yeah.
putting them in your yard.
Flagpole. We have found a flagpole with a weather vane on the top, and just all kinds of different things. A bench, old wooden bench, good for nothing, but everything's just sitting in the patio,
Yeah.
or in the garden. Couldn't really use it. The potting bench and potting cart, all of that good stuff that we gave away.
Yeah.
But
Well, but you'd always help your neighbors find stuff too. I remember you collecting a few things for me when I was looking for them.
yeah, and we did it always into and including the when we were down in Sunshine, we'd go into Parker and Havasu and so forth, and different things. I always told people, if you ever think about something that you're looking for or so forth, let me know, because I'll probably run across it at a garage sale. And probably, I don't doubt, maybe a dozen different times people said, if you see an old ladder or something like that, oh my God, there's a ladder.
Do you remember that snake, that stuffed cobra? I don't know. It was probably 5 or 6 feet long that you found for me to put on. Sadie kept playing with her ball, and her ball would go under the couch.
Oh yeah.
And I said, if you ever find something to help me keep the ball from going under the couch, and sure enough, like the next week, you came home with this stuffed cobra thing that fit perfectly in the front of the couch, so the ball wouldn't roll under.
Yeah, there was a lot of things that were repurposed that didn't go into landfill.
Yeah.
Ultimately, they had probably ended up in landfill, but we forestalled that for some time.
Well, I'm gonna call it quits. I think next time we should talk about Ryan's, huh?
Yeah, that's probably a good time.